First, let's make sure you know who your counselor is. So, depending on your last name, it will decide your counselor, except if you're an IB student, your counselor is Miss Castro. Next, I want to make sure you are very familiar with the Westwood Counseling website. When you go to the counseling website, everything you possibly need could be here. Everything from clicking on the college visit counselor to see when colleges are going to be on campus, to learning about our ACC program that's happening right now, and hopefully you're getting signed up for the summer or for dual credit next year. Everything we're going to talk about today in regards to college applications, it's all right here under the Applying to College tab. If you're wanting to start exploring where past students have gone, you can look right here at the senior survey results. This presentation is listed under grade level presentation. All the course sign-up sheet stuff is listed here. When we talk about SAT and ACT testing, it's all here. Senior year, we'll start talking more about scholarships, financial aid. If you're an athlete, you might be looking at the NCAA Eligibility Center. If you're not 100% sure what you're wanting to study in college or what you're going to want to apply for as a major, we've got career assessments and exploration here. So lots of great resources here. You just need to make sure you go to this website to explore. Next, again, I want to just cover rank and GPA. You know, it's coming up the end of junior year, so I really want to make sure students are confident on how GPA and rank is determined. So again, Westwood High School is only ranks the top 10%, and that is by law. A lot of students say, like, is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? And honestly, it's a really good thing because Westwood GPAs are so high. So we have students all the way down through the third quarter who have a straight A average. Well, we don't want colleges thinking, oh, that you're a third quarter, we're not even going to look at you, versus reality. If we take away that you're in the third quarter, they're like, oh, you're a straight A student. We want you. So this really helps our students when it comes to college admissions. And we've seen that every year, even with the really competitive schools like UT Austin and A&M. It is helping our students get more and more in versus what they're required to take. So with rank, again, it's based off your 5.0 GPA. So just know we've got multiple handouts here and a sample transcript that can help you learn how to calculate your GPA. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. So this handout will tell you, depending on what grade you make and the level of course, if it's an advanced, AP, IB, tag, how many GPA points you get for your grade. And then if it's an on-level course, how many you get for your grade. And then it shows you how to calculate. So if you're interested in this, that's right here will be a great resource. And the sample student transcript will show you when you actually take a Westwood transcript how to do it. But in reality, if you're taking an advanced course, you get 10 points extra into your GPA. So I always love this example. If a student makes a 100 in an on-level course, they earn 5 points. If they make a 90, it's 4 points. Okay. Versus a student in advanced course will earn 6 points for 100, 5 for 90. So it is a 10-point difference. So that's why when you hear the 10 points, that's what it is. Again, it's still all on the 5.0 scale. Sometimes students will say, well, what's the 6.0 scale? There's no such thing as a 6.0 scale. You can just earn over a 5.0 if you're taking all advanced courses. Endorsements versus academies. So especially for senior year, this is going to start coming into play. So an academy, this is something that's optional. And again, there's handouts in here that are linked in that you can click on for very detailed information, but I'm going to give you the quick version. An academy is an elective-based sequence. So computer science, band, health science, biomed, animation, art. If you complete the 3 or 4 year sequence, which are detailed later in this presentation as well, you can earn a colored stole to wear at graduation. That's all that comes with an academy. That is what you walk away with, is a colored stole. And for some families, that colored stole, that extra bling at graduation, is very important. So if you have already been 3 years into your elective and you're kind of deciding if you're going to take it senior year and you're wanting that stole, then yes, you need to take it for the 4th year if it's a 4-year sequence. An endorsement is a little bit different. An endorsement is something you need for graduation. So it is something you have to complete before you graduate high school. Here's the thing. If you are taking your 4 core classes every year, which you're supposed to, you should get the multidisciplinary endorsement. Everybody should be graduating with that one if you're taking the 4 core all 4 years. I know there are exceptions, but majority, you don't even have to think about it. You're just going to get that endorsement. Some people ask, well, should I try to get 2 or 3 or 4 endorsements, for colleges? Absolutely not. Colleges don't look to see if you have endorsements or how many you have. All they check to see that you graduated. And if you have 1 endorsement, you'll graduate, and that's what they care about. So endorsements can be elective based or they can be academic based. Endorsements are not related to sashes for graduation. Academies are. And that bottom statement is just because some things can fall into both. So if you did 4 years of art, you would earn an academy sash. Well, 4 years of art will technically give you an arts and humanities endorsement as well. But you're really getting the sash for the academy, not the endorsement. You can also take 5 math courses, which a lot of people have this because they maybe start Algebra 1 in middle school. That'll get you a STEM endorsement. 5 math classes are not elective, so they don't qualify as an academy because academies are elective based. So you might get a STEM endorsement for 5 math, but you're not getting a sash. So that's the way to distinguish. Academies are electives. They're the ones giving you the sashes. They might also give you an endorsement, but they are not. Only academies will give you the sashes. Okay, since we're getting close to graduation, we need to make sure that by graduation, everybody has taken and passed their 5 EOC STAR test. Some juniors this year will be taking the U.S. history, which is the last one. Some people have already done it, whether ACC or they took it in 10th grade. But everybody must pass these 5 to graduate. Okay, course selection for next year. All of you juniors already have your choice sheets. You've already heard the presentation in classes, but I want to cover it one last time, and we'll go fast through this since you've already heard this. So just again, kind of going through that lens as you pick your courses, you need to make sure all the graduation requirements are either done or that they are on your choice sheet for next year. So you have to have your 4 English credits, so you definitely need to have English 4 on your choice sheet. Everybody has to have 4 math classes, so make sure you get a math on there. 4 social studies. Typically for seniors, that's government and econ, but it might differ depending on what you've already done. You have to have 4 science credits. So if you don't have a 4 science, get it on your choice sheet. You need to make sure you've done 2 foreign languages. Again, the same language for 2 years in a row. So if you haven't done year 2, get it on there for next year. You need to have a fine art. So if you haven't done it, get it on your courses for next year. A year of physical education. Need to get it on there if you haven't done it. And then just 7 other courses. And again, these are usually pretty easy to get because, for example, if you've done a sports team all 4 years, the first year counted towards your PE requirement. The other 3 years will count towards electives. If you did 4 years of fine art, the first one goes towards your fine art requirement, the other 3 to electives. If you're going to take 5 math credits, the first 4 technically counted towards math. The last one will go into your 7 elective totals. So hopefully all of these are accounted for between the last 3 years in your choice sheet. Okay, these are our traditional English pathways. So make sure you get your 4th English. Your math. This again shows, depending on what you're in 11th grade, options for senior year. If you're in the IB program, these would be your IB math sequences for senior year. Social studies. Again, you're going to see Gov and Econ are the most common for senior year. If you haven't already taken them, again, those would be what you choose for them. Science, there's a lot more choice when it comes to science, so just making sure you get your 4th one accomplished. Foreign language, these are the languages we offer. Again, it needs to be 2 years of the same language, a level 1 and a level 2. If you've gone above and beyond and taken 3, 4, 5, those extras will fall into your 7 elective total. These are all our classes that count for fine art if you still need one. These are all the classes that can count for PE if you still need one. The ones that have a star can count for both, kind of give you some bonus credits. So options to think about. These again are all of our electives that we offer. The next few slides, these kind of go over the pathways. So when you're trying to decide if you would like to get the Academy SASH, you know the 4 classes you need to be taking all 4 years to get your Academy SASH. So we tried to lay them all out here for you. Give you time to look at them. These last 2, pathways and sports, these do not actually have an academy attached to them. They're just letting you know that's how you would write them in if you are taking those courses. Okay, other resources you might need. If you click here, this is our virtual choice sheet. This is where we have everything you possibly can need when looking at course descriptions and academies and endorsements, all of that. You just click here and it'll take you to everything you need. And this is taking you to the Westwood Counseling website, virtual course selection. Okay, the last thing I cannot stress again is make sure your schedule is balanced. I always say, look at your schedule. If your 4 hardest classes were to fall all on Orange Day, are you going to be okay? We cannot level out your courses and give you 2 hard classes on one day, 2 on the other. If the computer magically makes it happen like that, wonderful. But if it doesn't, you're stuck. So we want to make sure you're balanced, especially for senior year when senioritis might kick in. You're going to have college applications, scholarship applications. You're going to have a lot going on. So we want to make sure you're not overloading yourself, that you can't be successful. Okay, now we get to the meat of this presentation. We're talking about college applications because it's coming very quickly. So this is a great document you can download if you're somebody who likes to stay organized. Sometimes this is a great resource for even parents to download and keep up with it as a family. It is a spreadsheet that literally lists the steps of the college application. And it's really 3 steps. 4 steps, I would say honestly 4 steps. There's the research stage where we're looking at colleges. Step 1 is submitting the application. Step 2 and 3 are sending transcripts, test scores, things you need to get to colleges. And the last 2 sections, the FAFSA, housing, that is going to be done in senior year. And at your senior conference, we will go over those. So we really need to, between now and in the fall, get you through research through step 3. So hopefully this presentation will help you. But again, if you're somebody who likes to stay organized, download this spreadsheet. You can type in your stuff and it'll keep you and your family all on the same plate. Okay, so research. So this is where we should be right now. So the spring of junior year. So things to think about. Prioritizing what matters to you. You know, I always want people to find programs that's right for their major. Is research important to you? Then you might want to look for schools that do research as a freshman. You know, so many people think, I want to do engineering at UT Austin. Well, here's the thing. A freshman is not going to get to do research at UT Austin versus maybe going to a smaller school like WPI. They guarantee you get to do research as a freshman. Or Ole Miss, you can do research as a freshman. So something to think about. The colleges you're looking for, where are they located? Do you want to live in the cold where it snows all the time, or would you rather be in warm climates? Do you want to be able to get to college and come back home on a weekend, or is it going to be an expensive flight? Do you want a religious affiliation? Do you want a small college town, or would you rather be in a big city where there's maybe more things to do? Do you want Greek life? Diversity. You know, if you're used to having a certain type of food and the town you go to doesn't have maybe that type of food offerings, you might get homesick just because you're not used to eating the food you're used to. So things to think about. I always say, where can you see yourself living for the next 4 years? Up here is a really good tool, Big Future. It's free. It's through College Board, so you can create an account. And they've got quizzes built in and everything. But what I like is once you make your account, you can look for colleges and you can type in things you're interested in. Majors. I want it to be in a small town. I want it this size, that they have Greek life. You can put in your test scores and it'll tell you these would be the colleges that would match your description. So it's a really good way to get a concentrated college list that meets your requirements. Because again, we can research, and you probably already know a lot about the Texas schools, but there are so many good colleges outside of Texas. Okay, the next thing you can do is start visiting colleges, whether it's virtual or in person. In person is always going to be my preference, but the one positive from COVID is virtual tours colleges stepped up their games and made so many really good things that you can access now from home. So it's a great option. We've got links for you to do it. And just letting you know, you get 2 days in junior year that don't count against you for exam exemptions. All you have to do is just go get a form from your Alpha office before you go to a college. And then your tour guide or somebody on the college will sign saying you were there. And then you turn it in like a doctor's note, and we wipe that attendant absence off your attendance. Yes, you only get 2 this year. You'll get 2 senior year. This is not a Westwood decision. It's not a Round Rock ISD policy. This is the state of Texas attendance policy. So I wish we could give you more than 2 that don't count against you, but that's all we are allowed. Something else when you're looking at colleges is early action, early decision. These are going to be common things, regular rolling you're going to hear about. And so I just want to make sure you are aware of these when you're looking at applications and when you're really deciding what are your deadlines, when are your due dates. Because in the research, it's really good, like applications are due this day. Well, you really need to know what you're getting into. So I always say stay to the left of the black line. Early action, this is my favorite thing you can choose. Early action, any college that offers it, you can pick it. And it just means you're going to apply by an earlier date and you get a little bit higher of a chance of getting into that college. It is all win-win. Once you go to the right, there's a little bit more binding and it gets a little more sticky. So those I would never recommend. And I will talk more about it at the beginning of senior year and senior year presentations. But early action is really what I'd be encouraging all students to do if a college offers it. Next, I kind of already briefly pointed this out to you on the counseling website, is our career assessments and exploration. I have all of these on there. They're all free, and they're organized by interest-based, personality-based, value-based, and ability and skill-based. I would recommend having your student sit and take one from each section and then kind of look what's the common trend between all 4 of them. You know, one might say, you know what, you do have the math ability and science ability to be a doctor, but when you get to value-based and you see, yeah, I only really want to work a typical work day, I don't want to be called in at night and things, it might not actually fall under a job under value-based because it's just not going to fit your lifestyle you're wanting. So things to think about. So I cannot stress enough, spend some time going through tests under all 4 sections. Okay, the application stages. So this is going to hit over the summer. So that's why we're covering it now, even if it seems early, because a lot of this you're going to start doing over the summer. So from that spreadsheet, I literally took the step 1. So these are where the applications are going to be. If you have older children, I would say please take note. Common application used to be only for private schools and out-of-state schools. Now, almost all Texas public schools are on Common App. So for most of our seniors, they're only going to use the Common Application system, and that's it. It makes it easy. On Common App, you can do rec letters, everything, transcripts are all built into that application system. It's the most simple one to use. So I definitely want to call attention. This is the one where most students will do all their college apps. So that's going to be getting done here. Within that step is a resume. We have a resume sample you can download. It's a Word document. You can type in all your information so you don't have to worry about the formatting. When you're making your resume, if you haven't already started, because we've been talking about this since freshman year, there's ways to get involved in clubs, community service. It's all there. So you have a little more time this fall to really strategically start getting involved and getting things done. Okay, steps 2 and 3, the transcript and the test score. So to send your transcript to colleges, there's a Google form you fill out, you click here, you fill it out. Test scores. You have to send them directly from the ACT website or the College Board website. That's the one thing a high school cannot send. All colleges will accept either. Some schools still may continue to have a test optional policy since COVID, but most colleges, it's going to help you to send your test scores versus not sending them, especially not only with admissions, but when it comes to scholarships. If you qualify for free or reduced lunch, just know you qualify to get 2 free SATs and 2 free ACTs. All you have to do is come talk to me, Ms. Browning, and I will give them to you. So just a couple quick final reminders. Okay, next year we're going to discuss financial aid, scholarships, college housing. That's all going to happen at your senior one-on-one, which will happen in early September. If you want to look ahead, here's the senior information sheet and video that you can watch what we covered with our seniors in August and September this past year. So if you want to see what's coming and learn more about the application process, it's here. I also don't want to overwhelm anybody, but come July and August when you're working on college apps, this might be a really good tool if you're somebody who's trying to get ahead. And that is something I recommend because once August starts and school starts, you're going to be busy with homework and everything. So if you can already have a lot of your college stuff off your plate and done, you will have a much less stressful fall semester. And then other things just to make sure you finish the junior year off strong is don't procrastinate with things. Make sure you're staying on top of your grades and checking them in Hack. Checking your student email multiple times a day. I know for sure I'm sending y'all multiple things a week, between summer opportunities and internships and deadlines we don't want you forgetting or when colleges are on campus. So take advantage of all of that. Also, work with your teachers. They're there to help you as long as you're being responsible and communicating. So please try to get as much as you can get done this year and finish strong, because when you apply to colleges, the last grades they're going to see when you submit your applications in the fall is everything through junior year. So this junior year matters. So don't take it easy and blow it off. This is your last chance to shine. Okay, I hope this helps. And we will see you at your junior one-on-one conference.